employees of the contractors are contracted under you, so that's why we have this, we call it definitional qualifier. Just that one is the applicability qualifier. That means that it's applicable to all works of place, all places of work.
So it's narrowed down.
Yes, and then this time, this one will help me to identify whether it's applicable to you or not. And then later on we'll talk about this. Another one, there is the numerical qualifier. This one is based on the number of employees. If you have this number of employees, you shall comply with this. Later on we will go through which section, and there are a few that have numerical qualifiers. Okay. So this one you can read, and this is all taken from section 2. This is from section 2. Just now the object is taken from section 3. This is from section 2. Okay. And then the application is on section 1, so you need to comply with it. Section 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Okay. And then after that, now we go to the main thing here. This is on the fourth agenda here. This one is, okay, you see the Okina OSH legal register. Okay. The first one that is identified is under section 15. Section 15 here is the general duties of employer towards your employees. So Okina, you know that you employ 20. So you know that this is applicable to you. Okay. And here the qualifier here is, first and foremost, is within the scope of the Act in section 1. So because all places of work in Malaysia, including the public services and the statutory operators and all these things. So it's applicable to you. And then the second one is the definitional qualifier, because you are an employer. You employ 20 employees, and that's why the employee is also there. Okay, what are your general duties here? The first thing is A, B, C, D, E actually is in 1994, and then in the amendment they add in one more. So number 1, A is you are to provide and maintain a safe plan and safe system of work. Here the work plan is not the kilang. Here it's not a factory, or it's not. Here the work plan means any equipment you use, any machinery you use, any tools you use. Like even in the office, an X-ray is a plant, because it's a machine that you use for photostating, and there's also the hazard for this thing. And then the other one is the safe system of work. And as you know, your client, MNG and DCOT, you know about the public to work system, the job hazard analysis, the confined space entry, the PPE, all these things are safe system of work. So as an employer, you must provide and maintain safe plan and safe system of work. Okay. Then the second thing is for use of plant and substance. Okay, these substances are like chemicals and all these things. For use of plant, means say you have a machinery and then you have this. I saw that you have a lot of tools and all these things. So before you allow them to use, you must make sure that they are trained, and there's certain things that are competent, Like for example, you use your subcontractor to erect the scaffolding, you must make sure that they are trained to erect the scaffolding. This is okay. Make arrangements for safe use of plant and substance. And substance is not only chemicals, and I'm so glad to know that not many companies have done that, but your company has done it. The chemical health risk assessment. So that's the main thing. You've done the chemical health risk assessment for your routine job, the repair job. That's very good. And then the third thing is you must provide information, instruction, training, and supervision. For example, here provide information, instruction, training, and supervision. Let's say if you have any new person like your principal coming in and always into your office, you must brief them on the emergency procedure. If there's an emergency, where is the fire assembly area, where is the escape route, you must let them know. And let's say if you work in energy or the call and all this, you have to undergo the HSC induction. This is what it is. And after that, in the job itself, what do they do? In the job itself, you provide information through the toolbox meeting, through the work instruction, through the safe system of work, through the JHA. And you do all this. This is also provided. And then you have the supervisor, and then here you are the safety supervisor, so you have to provide that supervision. And after that, requirement of training. If any of you is supposed to be the public to work coordinator, you stand up for the training with your clients. This is all what we need to do. And then also information is some sometimes is the information is also in the form of signage. Information doesn't have to be like I'm talking to you, but sometimes the signages in your place and all these are also information or instruction. For example, if you enter Hainos area, they have you have to wear the earmuff and all this. That is also an instruction. Okay. And then the other one for party is at your place of work, you must provide and maintain the place of work. You must maintain it. Like your office, your warehouse, you must maintain it. You must maintain, and you must also provide safe access and safe egress. In case of emergency, people can escape safely on this thing. So we must no obstruction. Okay, so all these things you must provide and maintain your place of work, and also to maintain the safe access and safe egress. And the next one is provide and maintain safe working environment and workplace facilities. This is just on the object of the act, physiological and psychological needs. This is what we want: safe working environment and also workplace facilities. Workplace facilities like the toilets, the pantry, all these things for people, the rest shed and all this for people to categorize. And last but not least, is the addition is to develop and implement emergency procedures. In case of an emergency, we must be ready. Like the A, B, C, D, E are very proactive. All these things we wanted to do is prevent an incident. But however, should an accident happen, we are ready to respond to the short market this thing. And then if you look at the qualifier for this under section 15, why is it that Occupational shall comply with this? First and foremost is because it is within the scope of the Act. Okay? It is within the scope of the Act under section 1. So you must comply all places of work. Okay? So it's compliant. And then the second thing is on the definitional qualifier, because you are an employer and you have employees working under you. That's why general duties of employer towards your employees. That is the heading of section 50. So you see that the explicit qualifier can be applicability, which is within scope of the Act, can be definitional under employer-employee, or it can be numerical. Later there are one or two which are numerical. Okay. Now this one is because when I peruse your document, I also know that you are certified to ISO 9001. Okay. So later on you can build onto that to include the OSH aspect. Okay, to include the OSH aspect. Now you focus more on quality, on the output and all this thing. Now you also, that's why I have the remarks there also. Okay, so that's the first one. There are 14 more to go on the section here. Okay, so the second one is, this one is, because you employ, okay, now here we have a numerical qualifier. Okay, for this section is duty of employer, you must formulate a occupational safety and health policy. Okay, with your occupational, and you have it because I saw it in your documents and attached in your company profile as well. So what you need to do is prepare, revise and communicate this OSH policy to employees, and then the organization and the arrangement to implement your OSH policy. Okay, so here is Okina, you must comply with this section because you do not meet the prescribed condition of not more than 5. You attend more than 5. If you have 5 or less, then you don't have to develop this occupational safety policy, because it's more family business with less than 4 people or this thing. So they don't need the occupational safety policy. And you need to comply with this because of the numerical qualifiers that you employ more than 20, which is more than 5. Okay, so the qualifier, the first one is the applicability qualifier here within the scope of the Act. The second one is because of the definitional qualifier, you are the employer, and then you have employees under you, and then after that, the third one is the numerical qualifier, you employ 20 employees. That's why you must comply with this section. Okay, so here is good is, you already have the Okina Health and Safety Policy, and it's dated June 2024, so it is quite new. So remember this, we must revise it to reflect your activities. Later on, if you show them more project or different kind of activities, you must revise it, like you said, let's say, to prepare, revise. And then any revision, you must communicate with all your employees. Okay, so this time the remarks here is you must maintain. You also, on top of your OSH policy, you also have the environmental policy, you also have the urine, drugs and alcohol policy, no smoking policy, and you also have the stop work policy. Okay, which is very good.
Thank you.
Okay. And then number 3 is It's from section 17. So this is general duties of employers. This one is to persons other than your employees. Okay, this is talking about the activities that you carry out. So this is talking about your activities. The activities that you carry out, make sure that from your undertakings, it does not cause any static health risk to other person. And here, who are the other persons for Okina? Your other persons are the people who come and maintain your aircon, your air conditioner service technician, the postal delivery man, they deliver the postal or the packages to you, and then your janitor or your cleaner, and also your visitor. So these are all your other persons that you also must take care of your safety and health. Okay, now, so this one is protecting them from the activities from your undertaking. So the next one we will go. Okay, so the qualifier here is because it is within the scope of the Act, which is the applicability qualifier, and also because you are an employer, and then we have to take care of the safety health of other persons who are not your employees. Okay, so this one is for this one is next time if you have this janitor, it will be good to have a induction for them to let them know what are the hazards, in the office and all this kind of thing. So that's why I provide also information to other persons, and your other persons are all these people. At least sometimes it's just a note to let them know how when you're working here, this are the hazard, and then at least you need to remember general duties of an employer. Okay? So you also must provide this kind of information to them. Okay? So the next one is on section 18. Section 18 just now was from your activities or from your undertaking. This one is because you are occupying the place. You are the occupier of the place. You have your office there. You occupy your main office at Park City Commercial Square there. And then you also have a warehouse come yard, isn't it? So these are the two areas where you are the occupiers. And as occupiers, you also must make sure that whatever your place, you must maintain that place. You must occupy, you must ensure a place of work or use of product substance and means of access to and egress are safe. Make sure that your place that you occupy is safe for others also. Okay? It is not to your employees, your employees should know, but to other people who are not your employees, they also must know. So this is just occupy your place only, like in your main office, at your warehouse. You must make sure that you must also take care of the safety health of others to make sure that their safety health are not jeopardized because of you as the occupier there. So in other words, you must maintain the place. You must maintain the place. And any use of plant or any use of substance or anything, you must make sure that they are safe and not risking the lives of other person. So this one is the qualifier is because it's within the scope of the Act and because of the definitional qualifier which is occupier. Okay. And then this one is, for this one is, it will be good if you can maintain the maintenance record of your premises. Maintain, that's why you have to maintain it and keep it place. Okay. So then after that, the legal provision, the fifth one is on 18A. Okay, this is a new one under the Amendment Act. This is a new one. They introduced system of principle as in the definition just now. So the principle means you need to take care of the safety and health of your contractor or the subcontractor who works for the contractor or any indirect contractor, and including the employees of the contractor and subcontractor. Then as a principle, Okina, you have the duty over the safety of your contractors, and the example of your contractors are structural repairs, is Malaysia Civil Berhad, the Lekat Enterprise, they are your service provider, and then the other two are more like your suppliers, UPS Enterprise and we have installation, but still your suppliers. So that's right. So the qualifier here is because it's within the scope of the Act and because you are a principal. That's why this is a definitional qualifier. Okay? And then after that, the evidence is in your contract clause. That's why you must, if you can enhance your contract clause, we must let them know what is the duty and what is the duty as well. So that if there's any accident or this thing, there's no gray area per se. Okay? And after that is you must maintain record of the meeting with the contractor and subcontractor. Normally, if you engage a contractor, there's a kick-off meeting, and there's the time when you will have to clarify with them, this is what we provide, this is what we provide, all these things. Okay? So that's what we have. Then we go to the item number 6 is under number 60, section 18B. Okay, this is also a new one. Let's say there's an 18A or B. This is new. Originally there's no 8B, so this is because of the amendment. Okay. Now is a requirement by law. You need to conduct and implement risk assessment. Before it was only in the general duties, the making of arrangement for the use of plant and system of work to make it safe, such. But now it's a requirement. It's very specific.